welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danika Foley Long, and I am actually being joined by my husband, Mr. Courtney Scholar Long. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is going to be quite a task to get through because we're talking about the Shawn Long Bully Ball Classic All-Star Alumni Basketball Game. I ask any one of you to say that 3 times fast, but we're bringing back the Bully Ball Classic. This is actually the second time that you have hosted and organized this basketball classic for the community. The first time it was actually held indoors at Morgan City High School in the auditorium, and now it's going to be outside on the revamped Jimmy Johnson Memorial Park, which is actually right next door to our studio here. How do you feel bringing it back?
It's exciting. It's exciting. It's more exciting for the community. I think coming off of a year of lockdown with COVID, I think people are excited to get back out and actually have some activities in the community. So I think the key word in this whole matter is exciting. It is exciting to get back to it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of using the phrase that a lot of folks are using since we're kind of getting more and more acquainted with being back together and outside is we outside. I think that's what everyone is saying. We're outside. I'm so excited to be outside and to kind of get back to the old normal that we've been used to. Something different that you're doing from the first time that you held the Bully Ball Classic, and before it was between Morgan City and Central Catholic. Of course, pretty big rival on the east end, but you have decided to bring in the entire parish, and you have brought in schools from the west end, and that was Hanson, Centerville, Franklin, and West St. Mary.
Yes.
And on the east end representing, we have Morgan City High, Berwick, Central Catholic, and Patterson.
Yes.
So 4 and 4 going head to head. Let's talk about bringing in bringing in both ends of the parish. And speaking of which, let's go right to the roster on who's going to be represented.
Yeah. So I have to read the roster.
Yeah.
So for representing the West, we have Rogers Washington Jr. He went to Hanson, played at LSU. Reggie Patterson went to Franklin as well. Terrence Wiggins, Franklin, Travis Zeno, Franklin, O'Shea Phillips, West St. Mary, Donnie Charles of West St. Mary, Joseph Jones of Franklin, Harry Coleman of West St. Mary, DeWan Baez of Franklin, and Gerald Hawkins of West St. Mary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you, because I come out of news, we did news, sports, and weather before the Voice of the Coast. I am familiar with a lot of those names, and I think some people at home particularly may be more keen on Harry Coleman because he also played for the Saints briefly. So that's a really good roster that's represented on the West End. Now, I know you're an East End guy because you graduated from Morgan City High School.
Yes.
Can you find yourself to be unbiased?
I think to some extent. I tell people all the time when my brother was especially in college and even when he took on his pro career, I don't have a tendency to remain loyal to any team. I'm pretty much going with wherever my brother is. But I think in this case, knowing the idea behind it is community, that I'll be more focused on making it fun for the entire community.
All right. Now, and speaking of your brother, we're going to take after we go through the East roster, we want to talk to him. We actually got an interview with him. Chris Hunter, the station manager, actually conducted that interview, and we'll get that shortly. But let's go through the East End roster.
All right. First and foremost, obviously, is Shawn Long, Lloyd Grogan of Central Catholic, Dontrell Brown of Central Catholic, Lamar Grogan of Central Catholic, Jacoby Brown of Morgan City, Makai Richard of Morgan City, Taylor Grogan of Patterson, DeAndre Twin, as most people know him, Grogan of Morgan City, Jalen Johnson of Central Catholic, and Morris Charles of Morgan City.
Wow. Again, I can say the same thing. A lot of those names have resonated.
Yes.
And of course, we know that Shawn Long, because the Bully Ball Classic is named after him. And that's kind of when I came into this picture, kind of started covering sports myself. Typically, I was a news person, but started seeing some of those names. So let's go ahead and throw it over to that interview with your brother. Again, Chris Hunter conducted the interview. Your brother's actually in Texas, and they conducted the interview via Zoom. Let's get right to it.
Shawn, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, real quick before we get to talking about bully ball, can you kind of give everybody an update on where you are with your pro career? I know you've kind of gone international. What's going on right now?
I just signed a deal in Japan, so that's why I'll be heading next year. I just finished up in Korea, got MVP of the league. It was pretty good for me, opened up some doors, so that's why I'll be heading next Japan.
And you were in Australia for a while, right?
Yeah, 2 years I stayed in Australia. It was pretty dope.
Going to be an international. How many different countries have you played in now?
I've lost count, man. I'm pretty sure I've probably been to at least 15. Just
That's
overall playing basketball, at least 15.
Amazing. Living the dream. All right,
Yes,
let's talk
sir.
football. Are you planning to play yourself?
Oh yes, most definitely. I gotta play. My brother put my name on. I got to show up for the city and participate for sure.
All right. Who do you have on the team with you on the East St. Mary side?
It's myself, Lloyd Grogan from Central Catholic, Makai Rashard from Margaret City, a few of the guys that graduated with me, Kobe Brown. We got a good group of guys, man. A lot of guys I'm familiar with. Some of them are a little younger than me, so I'm not really familiar with them. But overall, we have a great group of guys coming in, and the other team have a great group as well. I'm not familiar with all of them, but it seems like they got a pretty good roster too.
Do you know a few of the names that are coming from that side? We lost your video.
Just Harry. Harry's name that I recognize. He's
Harry
a pretty
Coleman?
big name for my. Yeah, pretty big name for my way. He was successful with football and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it on that side. But just going by what I've heard about the guys on their team and stuff like that, they got some pretty decent ballers, so it should be fun.
Anybody that can match up with you height-wise, or even close?
I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one.
You're kind of high. You're going to kind of have the advantage on everybody with a pro career. I mean, there were some very good high school ball players, and even some good college ball players are going to be. But you're way at an advantage at a skill level. What are your plans for the game? You're going to participate fully, or just kind of hold back and let some guys have their moments?
I'm definitely gonna play the right way. That's just how I play anyway. But I'm not gonna be out there trying to do too much. It's team ball. We go play that way and try to win, of course.
Now, last time y'all did this, you were in one of the local recreation departments. This time, first time on the Jimmy Johnson Memorial Basketball Court. Have you seen the court yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to get out there and see it, but I've seen pictures of it and stuff. It looks amazing, man. I'm pretty sure he'll be happy to see it. But it's gonna be great to be out there, play on his name, because he did a lot for all of us. He was my first basketball coach ever. And a lot of things I still have with me today came from Coach Johnson. So I look forward to it.
All right. That is 1 week from this Saturday, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. 4, yeah.
Yeah.
4 p.m. Right outside here at the Jimmy Johnson Basketball Memorial Basketball Court. Shawn, looking forward to seeing you then.
Yeah. Thank you. See you there.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you very much. Again, that was Chris Hunter with Shawn Long via Zoom. We're going to take a short break, but come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. And that's it. And then we'll... Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I'm your host, and we have Mr. Courtney Scholar Long, who is the organizer with the Shawn Long Bully Ball Classic All-Star Alumni Game that's coming up. So, doing something different. You have West End, the East End that are going head-to-head, but you have added a little something extra, and now you're doing Battle of the Badges. Kind of tell me more about that.
So the Battle of the Badges idea came up and just basically the efforts to bring the community more together. We definitely chose to do a parish-wide event this time around. And also I thought, why not let the police and the fire department go head-to-head? So brought the idea to, I think first Chief Blair at the police department. He was on board, Chief Cockerham jumped on board, and now it's developing to a lot of trash talking on social media. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. The community has jumped behind it.
They are hardcore.
Yes.
Because they are taking it to practicing like diligently, like really going head to head, or ready to go head to head. You've talked to some of the, to the officers on both spectrums. What's the, is it, I know it's camaraderie, right?
It is. I think it's friendly competition, but it's definitely competition.
Yeah.
I think the established fact is they come to win.
What's the public saying? What are some of the comments you're hearing from the public?
The public is excited, but I'll just say this: 100% are behind the fire department. Sorry, Chief Blair. The 100% are behind the fire department. But I think either way, watching them practice is going to be an interesting game.
Okay.
They came to play.
Well, speaking of which, we actually are going to have both chiefs are going to be actually joining us momentarily, and I want to hear what's the, because our chiefs are actually going to be the coaches.
Yes.
So we're going to talk to them shortly. Come on back because it's happening. It's going down right now. Make sure to put it in your calendar, July 31st at 4 p.m. at the Jimmy Johnson Memorial Park, right next door to KWBJ. Come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast with yours truly. Now we have added to the platform, we have Chief James Blair along with Courtney Scholar Long. I am excited. Let's get right to this. I want to know, what is the energy like with the department, knowing that they're going to be going head to head against the Morgan City Fire Department in this basketball game?
We've always been competitive with the fire department. I mean, they're a great bunch of guys. We kind of rag each other about, they rag us about donuts. We rag them about sleeping on duty and things like that. But it's great. It's created a bit of energy around the police department and a little bit competitive camaraderie for us. These guys got to stand up for the police department, and we hope they don't embarrass us, but we it's a good thing for us.
Right. So come July 31st at 4 p.m. at the Jimmy Johnson Memorial Park, right next door to KWBJ, right on Greenwood Street in Morgan City. You can see them. They will actually be the opening game.
Yep.
So tell me, Schola, why did you say, let me get the police and the fire department involved? I mean, what was the thought process behind that?
I think, again, leaning back on the fact that this event is about community. And you have two vital entities as far as the community is concerned. Not saying, this, in case the ambulance people get it, not saying they're the only, because I've created enough rivalry around here, but two vital, instrumental entities in the community. So I said, why not put them in the friendly competition? And I think it'd be great for the community.
Now, this is not really the first time that you guys have competed. You guys competed in football, right? And also softball? But
Throughout the years,
right?
we've had softball games, we've had football games, and like Scholar said, the ambulance people may be involved because they may have to carry us away from the game here. But we've challenged each other in the past, and even blood drives we've challenged each other. So, but we got a little friendly competition. It doesn't hurt. For the morale.
And this is not in front of the family. This is in front of the community. This
is
the
first time it's been in front of the community and with the community.
Yeah.
And that's a special thing for us because we always look for ways to get out and engage the community and because we are part of the community. Yep. We're protected community, but we're part of the community. And it's a good thing for us to get out there and do that.
This is the part I like. What's the name? Have they come up with a team name?
The enforcers at the police department.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to get out, and before I came on, I made a friendly wager with the fire chief there that if they win, we're going to present each fireman with a nice plush teddy bear for their nap time at the fire department. So let me just throw that out there.
That's good. I haven't even gotten to the trash talking part. With every team, there has to be a captain and a coach. So name some of the maybe if you can remember maybe some of the players.
I got my detective Matthew Strickland. He's kind of spearheading being a captain for the team. He picked all the guys. He's been practicing. They've been ragging each other back and forth at the fire department on Facebook and social media. Things like the fire department comes out and practices in the air, and we practice in air conditioning. So we've done that. And, but he's done a good job. We got Richard Doan and a lot of guys from the road patrol and a couple of detectives, and I'm trying to recruit some new special reserve officers to be there as well. So that might be a surprise.
Okay. So I'm curious, I know with every entity, first responding entity, right, you have to have training. So would this be considered training? Getting them in shape and, working out?
Anything to get us up, moving, and working those bellies off is great for us. My only training, and I guess I'm supposed to coach it, put it in that net over there. That's all I'm telling them.
That's it.
Don't embarrass us.
Right. So what do you think this is going to do for the community? I mean, do you think they'll have maybe a newfound respect for the officers in the fire department?
I tell you what, I didn't really expect either department. First, I'm thankful for you guys to even be a part of this, but I didn't expect either department to go as hard as they are on Facebook. Like, if the game is anywhere as entertaining as the back and forth on Facebook, we're in for a treat.
Yeah.
So it's really been fun.
Yeah.
It's really been fun.
And let's go over some of the ground rules, right? I mean, you have to have some rules for the public. Do you have any rules for the public?
Yeah, main thing is no ice chest. That's general rules for the park anyway. We will have pool dudes on board. They're going to be donating some drinks, water, and Gatorade for the general public while supplies last. I'm working on a food vendor right now, haven't solidified that. But more than that, just bring a positive attitude. It's a family environment. It's a family-oriented event, and we just want the community to come together, west and east end of the parish, and let's just have a great time together.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you very much, both of you. I can't wait. Again, July 31st at 4 o'clock is going down at the Jimmy Johnson Memorial Park right next door. We'll see you guys shortly. Come on back. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Now we have Chief Alvin Cockerham with the fire department here in Morgan City. Now I'm giving you your opportunity to talk a little trash. But first I want to ask you, what's the energy like around the station?
Oh, it's fantastic. But, we're always energetic, unlike, some other departments. We keep the, we've had a high standard of that, energy and all, despite what we've heard.
I love this because I think it gives you guys a personality, right? I mean, it lets
Yes.
people know that you're human.
Yes. That's
So I love this, and I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Well,
as they
let me
say.
just say something. I don't know if we're human or not. There's an old saying, that all people are created equal, except for a few that step up and become firefighters.
Come on.
Now, we realize that the police department needs heroes too. And we're probably not going to bing them up like we did the football game, the baseball games, and all that, because we don't want to crush that image we have of us. We are the good guys, and everybody knows that. And it's an envy thing with them. I'm sure it's part of it. But they're only human,
Chief, I did not know you had it in you. I didn't know. What's your thought? You over here smiling and laughing?
It's pretty much showing where the Facebook stuff is coming from, their leader.
Take me to your leader.
It's just as fun, like
Right.
just watching it, getting the phone calls. Jody has been hitting me up on Facebook. On the other side, Shaft has been calling me, and they just going back and forth. I love the energy. I love it.
Tell me a little bit about your roster. Who are some of the players that
Well, let's see, Jody, Seth. Seth had a little, maybe a little, blew up by or something ashore. A couple more of them. Heath Landry.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't play our older guys because we don't want to overbear them.
Well, we may have ambulance there. I don't know. They may end up showing up.
I don't need it in my budget, but you probably see the police department got enough in their budget to cover probably what will happen. Other than the psychiatric afterwards, they have to get a psychiatrist for them. But I'm sure my men will recognize that. We deal with people that are in a bad way lots of times with.
Can we have them mic'd up? Can you give them a mic?
It seems like we may have to.
I think we need to have them mic'd up just to hear the commentary go back and forth. Now, I will tell you this, and I'm no snitch, okay? I'm just saying what I heard. So, of course, if you guys win, they're going to present you with a teddy bear so that you guys can nap better. What's going to happen if they win?
I've given that a great deal of thought. I want it to be appropriate. But the only thing I can think of, I don't want to give them donuts. They get enough, that is, it is. I'm going to give them one big donut, because what I've heard about them, a lot of them suffer from what they call a Crown Vic elbow. When they sit in the Crown Vic, you know, and so, you know.
Now, Chief, I'm telling you, I really do need them mic'd up. I just want to hear it. I mean, he's coming with those one-liners. Okay, so we have the Battle of the Badges that's going to actually, start this off July 31st at 4 p.m. I can't wait to see this.
Yes.
Thank you very much to both of you, to everyone involved. We'll see you guys then, July 31st at 4 p.m. at the Jimmy Johnson Memorial Park. You guys take care.